sometimes we've internalized our oppression to the point where we engage in self-destructive behavior. So we know about that. And we talk about that all the time. That doesn't make the news. But for this debate, for this position, we're not talking about just individual responsibility. See, they don't do that on Wall Street. Right? They don't tell Wall Street that you messed up. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. They don't tell that to Wall Street. They bail Wall Street out with your money. So if you're not going to tell Wall Street to pull themselves up by their bootstraps, then don't run that nonsense to us. If you can bail out Wall Street, then you have to bail out the people. You have to bail out 125th Street. You have to bail out Fulton Street. You have to bail out our communities with our money. This is what it's all about. I don't care what anybody says. The bottom line is what is going to be the position of these candidates as it relates to the $136 billion budget. Where is that money going to go? They're not broke. They got plenty of money. Just don't have none for you. So we're going to make sure that when we look at that $136 billion budget, the $63 billion budget in the city, we want our fair share. And if you're going to do some budget balancing, then balance it off the back of the rich who have the money to give up to balance the budget and not off of our poor working class families. We have a great challenge. The first challenge is us. I grew up in the Lillian Wall projects on the Lower East Side, not housing development, projects. I used to look out the 8th floor window, and I looked across the street, and they had some tenement houses. And when I looked on the roof of the tenement houses, there often was a man on the roof with a pigeon coop. And he used to have a staff, a stick, and he would open up the pigeon coop, and the pigeons would fly in the sky. And he would control them with the stick that's not even touching them, not connected to them. And when he waved the stick like this, they would be in formation. And they would fly to one side, fly to the other side. And then when he called them back, they flew back into the cage. And he locked them up. And I said to myself, why did they just keep getting up? They were in the sky. They were free. Why didn't they just keep going? But it promised them some food. So they saw the food, and they came back to get the food. Well, we got some black pigeons bringing some white politicians in our community that's having you stay on the plantation instead of flying away for your freedom. Don't go back to the pigeon coop. The Freedom Party is saying we have to free ourselves once and for all. I never understood the elephant in the circus. Big, fat elephant. They used to put a chain around this fat elephant foot and take a peg and put it in the center of the dirt, connect the chain to the little wooden peg, and the elephant would walk around and around in a circle, and the lady would be dancing on his back. I said, why don't he just take his fat elephant foot and pull the chain, the peg will come out and run out of the tent and be free. But he went around and around, and he didn't think he had the power in his big, fat elephant foot to bust the chain loose, because they conditioned him from a little baby to think that he didn't have the the tigers and the lion.
All right.
And that little skinny lion tamer, a little whip that doesn't even hurt them.
All right.
Big beasts. And you see how they growl at each other when they up on their little thing? He said, stop it. Then he has the nerve to open one of their mouths, puts his head in. All they have to do is shut up and they're free. But they don't. They don't. They won't touch him because they don't believe they have the power to beat this little skinny man with a whip that doesn't hurt them. I don't understand why they don't say, hey, lion, lion 2, you get the bag. You know, tiger 3, let's unite on this one, all right? You get them from the left side. On 3, let's do this. They won't do that because they were trained from little cubs.
All right.
They don't have the power. They were conditioned.
All right.
They were conditioned. They did an example of some insects. They put them in a jar, flying insects. They put the top on the jar, and the insects flew to the top, hit it, and came back down, hit it, and came back down, hit it, and came back down. They took the top off after a while, and they went up and came back down. Went up and came back down. There wasn't the top was open. Y'all get my point?
Yeah.
Freedom Party!
Freedom Party!
Freedom Party!
Freedom Party!
It's time for us to really believe that we can really be free. It's time for us to really believe that we can get either 50,000 folks, we got a party, 400,000 folks, we got more leverage than we've ever had before, 1.6 million votes, and I'm the next governor